50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 499, presented by Viva Tequila Seltzer. Today is Friday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone who celebrates. Elvis, I was thinking in the car, and I thought I said this to you. Maybe I had this discussion with you. Not the biggest February guy, probably the least favorite of the months for me. I mean, sport-wise, besides the Super Bowl,
February at the end of the day, one, it's cold for at least
trash
for us.
Yeah.
It's cold. It snows often. Only bright side is really the Super Bowl
and the Olympics every 4 years.
Yeah, and the Olympics every 4 years. It's a short month. I say that's a good thing sometimes.
Go back to 11 months.
Yeah, nah. I fuck with February Super Bowl. Come on now. But other than that,
but tell me January is not better. The only thing I'll say good for February is 1 month closer to the spring. March is way better. You got March Madness, the start of baseball season.
You can say February is a little let's just say dead first there because you got the All-Star break. When All-Star break is slowly turning into just a break throughout the recent years, so it comes to the end of the football season. NBA is a little dying down, so you can say that. I can't deny it.
I'll say this: it's weird. I'm like contradicting myself. Big Valentine's Day guy, but don't like the month of February.
I'm not a big Valentine's Day guy because
any big plans?
No, because
Well,
of course we're going out to dinner, but we're going on Saturday. Like me, I'm not going out on a Friday. It's gonna be a zoo. I'm not trying to deal with all these people's shit. That's what I hate. That's why I hate Valentine's Day. Not because of the, I love my girlfriend and everything. It's just that everybody's trying to do something all at once. Like, I'm not beat to wait an hour just to sit down and eat.
I also think society has forced us and made us and feel pressure to do something.
Like, I'm not trying to spend money on flowers and roses because I have to.
Yeah. And now the women expect it.
Yeah, like if I wanted to do those things, I'll do it on a random day in February or March or April, any month. Yeah. But I'm obligated now. See, I got a problem with that.
Yeah. Well, whatever you and your girlfriend do, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope everyone enjoys their Valentine's Day. We got a great episode for you guys here on a Friday. We got some news in the NFL, NBA's news. Pitchers and catchers have reported. Hitters will report next week. We are one closer to baseball season. NBA All-Star Weekend has arrived. Can't wait to do that. We have the Rising Stars Challenge. Me and Elvis were talking before the show, and I mean, I just miss the old NBA All-Star Weekend, man. It's just so bad what they've done now. It's just, besides the dunk contest, I don't think I'm really going to be watching it. Just to be honest, man, I there's just no, it doesn't get me excited anymore. Is that fair to say?
I agree with you 100%, Dill. I would say we were a little spoiled growing up because we had, I know I was just a young dude, but we saw Vince Carter. We even saw Jason Richardson. Remember when he was doing 360s?
Oh, yeah.
Saw
Blake Griffin jump over a car.
Yeah, Kia Optima. My mom ended up getting that car.
Shout out Blake Griffin.
We even saw Gerald Green. He had a couple great Nate Robinson, Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not Dominique Vince Carter, but those guys also had great competition. Even go back 5-6 years ago, Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine for a couple years. Those are exciting dunk contests. These past, I'm gonna say 2021 after COVID.
Yeah.
It took a dive down. The whole weekend of the All-Star Weekend to me took a dive down. I appreciate, them trying new things for these past few years. A couple years ago, the Kobe, last quarter, 8 minutes or something like that, or first to 24.
Yeah, I
You know,
remember
we
that.
seen some things that we saw the intensity at least pick up in the fourth quarter or at the end of the first half or something like that, because there's a money incentives, charity or something like that. So I at least appreciate the NBA for trying to, keep it at least a little more competitive, a little more entertaining, but it's just simply not what it once was. And I think the sport is missing it.
Yeah, 100%. It makes it unwatchable. I mean, I'm a little biased, but I like the baseball. What they're doing is old school.
Yeah, but that's the thing with baseball. You have the best pitchers going against the best hitters in the league.
And there's incentive. The winner gets home field advantage.
And they're competing once another. They're trying to show who's really the best. All-Star game final scores be 5-3, 4-2.
Yeah,
6-4.
They're not even playing. They're not playing.
NBA, we see record, we just see alley-oops from the half court. We see unrealistic things. So, yes, we want to see them, the best versus the best, play a little competitive. Maybe not all fourth quarters, but we grew up where they play at least a little competitive.
Yeah.
They'll give us highlights, but they'll also play in the
But they'll lock down in the fourth quarter.
Just a little bit, yes.
I think football, like the Pro Bowl, that's gone to shit. I think basketball's gone to shit. But I'll say baseball's competitive. And now hockey, what they're doing with the 4 nations. You got Finland, Sweden, Canada, and the United States having all-star teams like the Olympics play against each other. And it's going on. We had the first game last night, and it was a thriller in overtime. They're actually competing. So we'll see. I got plays actually towards the end of the show for 4 nations. United States plays Finland tonight as well. Then I'll have some college basketball plays towards the end of the show. But Elvis, we will start with the NFL. I'm sorry you gave your pitch last week or last episode for Kellen Moore to maybe go back to Philadelphia. Just got a ring. Go back. Maybe pull up Ben Johnson. But there is a new head coach in New Orleans. They did hire Kellen Moore. It's going to be finalized. They have a new leader. Hopefully their offense steps up because they need to. They need a quarterback, but the coaching cycle for the 2025 season is now complete. Your Patriots, they get Mike Vrabel. Bears get Ben Johnson. My Jets get Aaron Glenn. Jaguars get Liam Cohen. Raiders get Pete Carroll. Cowboys get Brian Schottenheimer. And the Saints get Kellen Moore. Thoughts on Kellen Moore? Maybe not staying in the best situation, but getting one of the best jobs in the world right now.
Can't disagree on that. Definitely one of the best 32 jobs in the world. Can't deny that. But not shocked by the news, but just a little surprised. One, it's hard for any man to deny the job of their dreams. If you ask Kellen Moore what was maybe not his goal growing up, because he ended up being an NFL quarterback, but if you ask him what was his goals 5 years ago, it's probably to become an NFL head coach, and he accomplished that. So credits to him. But I'm still a little surprised that you end up leaving. Let's just say a cushy situation in Philadelphia. You just won a Super Bowl. You have a no doubt top 10 quarterback. You have arguably the best running back in all of football. You have arguably the best offensive line in all of football. You have pretty good talent on the outside as well. So from an offensive coordinator standpoint, that's one of the best situations in all of the NFL right now. So for me, in my opinion, for you to leave that, I understand you want to be a head coach, but I would have took the Ben Johnson route. I would have waited another year and got a better job for me moving forward. Like I said last pod, I understand he wants to be a head coach, but I'm not trying to be a first-time head coach and be somewhere I'm possibly only going to be a 3 or 4 win team. I'm not trying to be in that situation.
They're a few years away.
Yeah, I could almost guarantee if Kellen Moore would have just been like, you know what, I'll do another year with the Eagles as the OC, I guarantee he would have got a better, let's just say, situation next year than he would have this offseason with the New Orleans Saints. So congrats to Kellen Moore on the Super Bowl. And now hopefully he could turn around the situation in New Orleans. In my opinion, you should have just stuck it out one more year and got a better job and better situation for yourself next year.
They have a little money to spend. They are projected to be over the salary cap around $54 million. Over. Yeah, I know. They're going to try to negotiate some of the contracts to try to get under the cap, but we always see this. The Saints are always in cap hell, I guess you could say. They had many needs. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with the draft. Contracts are a shit right now. What are they going to do with Derek Carr? That's going to have to be a big impact. Michael Thomas, Marshawn Lattimore, they're gone now. I just think I understand it's one of 32 in the world. I understand it, but the cap is bad. The draft position is not good and not the best draft per se and all around talent, especially for their needs. The quarterback situation.
Like
I don't understand it.
We're both. I like Derek Carr maybe a little more than you do.
Yes,
but any NFL fan would tell you he's just not the guy. If you want to go out there and win 8 games, 10 games, maybe make a wild card spot, Derek Carr can lead you to that. But what's the end goal? You want to win a championship. Derek Carr is not gonna be that guy. So you're gonna have to start at the quarterback position. Then you're gonna have to address the cap situation. Is Chris Olave going to be good? Is Shaheed going to be really good? Is Alvin Kamara ready to take a little bit of a discount? Is Cam Jordan ready to take a little bit of discount? What is Tyrann Mathieu willing to do?
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill got a bag. Oh, my God. I forgot about Taysom Hill. He got a huge contract. So there's multiple pieces that you need to address. To me, like I said, I would have waited for a better situation next season, but hey, can't be mad at the man. There's only 32 of these positions.
I get it in the sense that, hey, if I wait around, it might not come around again. So striking while the iron is hot. I get all that, but the situation is the worst in the NFL. I would argue Carolina's a better spot. Dan Canales got the boys playing in the second half of the season a little bit. I know they're not talent-wise. They don't really have it as good as maybe the Saints do. But Saints is an awful situation. You can't do anything.
And one thing you can say, Bryce Young walked off the field. Derek Carr didn't end the season as the starting quarterback.
So who's the quarterback, do you think, in 2025 season for the Saints? Do you think it's Derek Carr?
It has to be Derek Carr, Dale. Unless you going to draft somebody in the second round and hopefully he turns into, a somebody or something. I'm not sure what. So I would ask Derek and a few other guys restructure their deal. At the end of it, we know what Derek Carr is capable of doing. Put it like this. With no major injuries to the offense is right now, and if the defense could, they could add some pieces, I'll give them a 25, maybe 30% chance to win the division. Division is not great.
And I think that's very generous.
No, I am being generous.
Yeah.
But like I said, no injuries, no offensive injuries still. I have faith in Kellen Moore. Like I said, I like Derek Carr. I'm going to say more than most people do. You're not in the best division. You're not in the AFC North. You're not in the NFC North. You're not in a crazy strong division. 9-10 wins could win you this division, Bill. I think you can at least agree on that. 9-10 wins could win you the division. Would I be shocked if Derek Carr wins 8-9 games? Absolutely not, Bill. So, I understand. Like I said, I understand. It's just, I wouldn't have taken the job. That's all.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have either. Just, I don't know what they're going to do. And we'll talk about the draft in the coming months because we got to gear up towards the draft. All 32 teams.
I don't even know what.
That was my next question to you. They are projected at number 9 right now.
No, they got number 9. It's no projection. It's over. They're number 9. They could trade back or up.
Or do they, I was going to say, do you think they trade up? Because right now, mock drafts, they're going to take an offensive lineman because they fucked themselves.
It all depends. Like, for example, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if Cam Ward or Shador is there at number 7.
You trade up? The Jets need a quarterback at 7.
Oh, see, the Jets need a quarterback. That's the thing. But are the Jets willing to listen? Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe the Jets go after Kirk Cousins or somebody. Who knows?
Mm,
We don't know.
Don't tell me that.
No, I'm just saying we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
But would I be surprised if the Saints, trade the Earth and the Moon to move up to number 2, number 3?
Or they get it, Kirk Cousins.
But that's the thing. Is Kirk Cousins or any other free agent quarterback out there like a Sammy D, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, are those guys that much of a bigger upgrade of Derek Carr? In my opinion, no. At this stage, maybe Aaron Rodgers, because we saw these last 4 games of the season, 5 games of the season, he was able to move a little better, and we saw the potential. But
just Aaron Rodgers, that's it.
I'm gonna say Russ. I'm gonna give Russ to. I'm gonna say Russ is better than Derek. Come on.
Yeah, but not by a lot. Not by a lot.
Come on. All right. I'm gonna give you that. But Sammy D, I think Sammy D is pretty good. But in a new situation with less talent, is he gonna be that much better than Derek Carr? I don't believe that much better. Can he be better? Yes. Could he be that much better? I don't think so. Could he put you over the top? I don't think so. So I'm not moving off Derek Carr if the guy that I'm bringing in to replace him is putting me in a better situation than I am with Derek.
I think you also got to move on from like the Honey Badger and guys like that.
Tyrod Matthew. Those aging, maybe even trade Cameron Jordan. I guarantee.
Hall of Famer though. Cameron Jordan's great.
Hall of Famer. I guarantee there's a team out there like a contending team, maybe like the Bills, the Ravens. Maybe like a Cincinnati that needs a defensive key anchor guy up the middle. I guarantee they'll trade you a 3rd or 4th round pick for Cameron Jordan.
We will see. I thought that was a very interesting hire from the Saints, but they waited around and
I guarantee the Chiefs might send a 4th or a 5th for Tyrod Matthew again. They just got torched.
Yeah, they need it. And you mentioned the Jets. It was announced today. They informed Aaron Rodgers that they will officially be moving in a different direction. We kind of hinted towards that last episode, but Jets, they're going to face $49 million in dead money when they eventually release Aaron Rodgers, but they could either take the full hit this year or like I think they probably do, probably like a 6-1 cut. They carry his $23.5 million until June 1st. Then it drops to $14 million. They save around like $9.5 million, but they will doing
$9.5 million is a potential Pro Bowl player.
However, they do then absorb a $35 million hit in 2026. It didn't end well. The experiment of Aaron Rodgers did not end well. Unfortunately, he did have some left in the tank. And, I do hope he continues to play. The league is better with Aaron Rodgers being good. You've made me a believer in him. I do think the guy has something left in him. And, he's not going to obviously go into a rebuild year or a rebuild team. And I think the good thing about Aaron Rodgers, and I think he has some leverage over some teams, is that he has money. Money is really not the issue with him, so he doesn't need to go at the highest bidder. He could sit back and wait for the best opportunity. Like I said, maybe a Minnesota, loaded with talent, good head coach calling the plays, good defense. Maybe an opportunity. I just don't know if he really wants to follow literally the steps of Brett Favre. That is my issue with the whole Minnesota thing. But, wish him the best. Interesting to see where the Jets go from here. I think it's going to be a bridge quarterback. Hopefully Jameis, my guy. But, I think maybe obviously there are talks. You were right. Jets are linked to Kirk Cousins as well. That's another bridge guy to go into next year, maybe draft a quarterback, Arch Manning. But other than that, man, I'm not surprised. I'll say that. I'm not surprised that the Jets and Aaron Glenn and the new management are going in a different direction.
One thing I can honestly say for all the Jets fans out there, congrats. Because you're finally going to have some common sense in the front office and in the coaching room. I understand Aaron Rodgers is nice and the potential is there, but you need to start building for the future now. You can't keep hoping and dreaming on what was in Aaron Rodgers. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. We know that, but y'all wasn't going nowhere fast. Y'all need to rebuild and start getting the pedal going, Dale. That's what you need to do. So I'm glad that Glenn and all those guys are just, let's just move forward. So as for all the Jets fans out there, you should be thinking positive to start. Now with Aaron Rodgers. I'm not even going to talk about his Jets days still because that's the past. It is what it is. Wasn't pretty. Where do I think Aaron Rodgers can land and help a team win now? Because we know he wants to win. It's not like he wants to go somewhere and, like you said, get $50 million just to be a guy. No, he wants to go somewhere and possibly help a team compete for a title. There's only a few of those teams out there. One team you mentioned is Minnesota. You have J.J. McCarthy there coming back from an injury. He could learn behind Aaron Rodgers. Not a bad situation there. Another spot I would look at if I'm Aaron Rodgers is the Pittsburgh Steelers. We saw when Russell Wilson was playing at a high level how great the Pittsburgh Steelers look. And when Russell Wilson played average, how average the Pittsburgh Steelers look. So I feel like if you add Aaron Rodgers to the Pittsburgh Steelers, maybe you don't have that 5 or 6 week drop off when the offense just looked poorly. Maybe Aaron Rodgers turns that around. Maybe it will just look poorly for a game or two, and then he's back on the beat. So I would love to see Aaron Rodgers in a Steelers jersey. I'm not sure if the players in the locker room will welcome that, but I'll have my eyes on Minnesota. Like I just said, fucking just drew a blank.
Minnesota and the Steelers.
Steelers, yeah, and then a sneaky team.
Can I throw a team out there for you?
Yeah.
I want to hear your opinion. What about in a situation, in an environment where I think he would thrive? He probably likes the city. Got some rebuilding to do, but he could. No, not Cleveland. That was one of the teams. Tennessee.
No, you're not gonna win.
No, but he's gonna put up a lot of numbers.
He's I don't think he cares about numbers at this point, Dill. He wants to compete for a title. He wants to have a chance to win again. That's why he went to the Jets. What the media, everybody kept saying, Jets are quarterback away. They got Breece Hall. They got Garrett Wilson. They got a top 5 defense. They're just a quarterback away. He needs to go somewhere where even the Colts. I like him going to the Colts still. I don't get me wrong. Do I think they could be automatic championship contenders? Absolutely not. But would I pencil them in as a potential playoff team? Yes. Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, he has a shot to be anybody. Let's just be honest. So I like him on the Colts. I like him on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a sniff in Minnesota.
What about the Raiders? New owner, Tom Brady, part owner. New coach, Pete Carroll. West Coast system offense, something that he's familiar in. I know it's not win now mode, but I think that's a good opportunity for him. You don't like it. You don't like it.
Do I like it? Yeah, but it's not a win now situation. You know what a team I would like more, and I think it's kind of unrealistic, just because they kind of
the Giants.
No.
That's another team, I think.
Just because they kind of did the experiment last year.
Yeah.
Atlanta Falcons.
What you just drafted Michael Penix.
I understand. I understand. But be honest. At Aaron Rodgers, if he plays at a high level, are Atlanta Falcons contenders? Yes or no?
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
If Michael Penix Jr. just plays what we think he's capable of playing, are the Atlanta Falcons contenders?
No, but I think they could be a playoff team.
That just answered the question.
Yeah, I know. And I'll say this. Michael Penix has proven me wrong. I wasn't as high.
He's good.
He's better than I thought.
Yes. But there's also film on him now. There weren't film on him for the last 2 weeks of the season.
That's true. We'll see. It should be interesting where he goes next year. And then your boy, Matt Patricia, he is in the news. Shout out Matt Patricia. He has become the new DC of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Our DC went to the rival, not really a rival. It's like a fake rival because they can't beat us, but Penn State. He took the bag, becoming one of the highest paid defensive coordinators in the country for Penn State. Go over there for the money. Go and lose. But we got Matt Patricia back. Ryan Day and Matt Patricia. Shout out. Oh, man, I love it. Shout out Matt Patricia. I'm a Matt Patricia fan now, kid. You like the move going back to college?
I do, just because we know he's a decent defensive coordinator.
Oh, he's won championships decent.
Yeah. We understand he was a terrible coach. I'm not going to call him a terrible coach. I'm sorry.
He was a head coach.
Yeah. Let's just say it was a bad stay in Detroit. We saw, what happened on the sidelines of Philadelphia just last season. Wasn't pretty. So him going back to a level, the college level, I think it will be a good thing. Hey, if let's just say in a year or two from now, Ohio State wins another one, he's gonna get some of that credit. Maybe he gets another job back in the NFL, like Chip Kelly. Look where Chip Kelly's at now. Left Ohio State, now he's offensive coordinator for the Raiders. So wouldn't be surprised if he's a DC once again in an NFL team in 2-3 years from now. But I definitely think it's a good step for him to at least coach. And out of all college teams, Ohio State, that's a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, great job. All right, let's go to the NBA. He did just get traded from New Orleans to Canada, and now he's agreed to a 3-year, $120 million contract extension. He does get a player option in 2027, 2028, but I like it, man. Brandon Ingram, he got paid. The new deal, I feel like it shows kind of a commitment from Brandon Ingram and also from the Toronto Raptors. On both sides, they lock in a really good shooter in BI. He's definitely offensively driven, and they're kind of surrounding Scotty Barnes with some talent, so I like it.
Yeah, I like the move from the Raptors. Yes, the Raptors ain't a very good team right now, but you got to at least look at the pieces they have. They got some talent on the roster right now. It's just, can it mesh? Can it work out? So it's interesting to see how they finish the season. Maybe if they could, let's just say it's about 30 games left. Maybe if they could win 20 out of the last 30, and that could, bump at least a positive step for next season. So it's interesting to see how they finish. Brandon Ingram, we know when healthy, he's a potential all-star player.
100%.
Scotty Barnes, we know what he's capable of doing. And then you got all the, Gritty Dick. You got RJ Barrett. You got some pieces there. So it's interesting what's going to happen in Toronto the next year or two, but definitely something to keep your eye on.
And for the Lakers, obviously, unfortunately, that the Mark Williams deal fell through, but they didn't listen to you. They didn't go get Dwight Howard, but they did get a 7-footer in Alex Len. He did sign with the Lakers. He was intended to sign with the Pacers, but he decided the Lakers, obviously, better decision right now, who they're playing better. He's only 31 years old. They give him some depth, especially in their front court or the front line, excuse me. So not the best move, not obviously Mark Williams, but Alex Len is a good 7-footer, I think.
Yeah, definitely a nice piece, gives you a little depth. Is he going to give you major minutes come playoff time? No. Absolutely not. But if somebody's in foul trouble, like I said, like Dwight Howard, can Alex Len give you, 8 to 15 minutes a night when needed? Absolutely. Could he give you, 4 to 6 rebounds a night if needed? Absolutely. Could he possibly give you a 10-piece if needed? Absolutely, with Luka Doncic at the point guard position. So, they needed depth at the center position, and Alex Len is a serviceable guy.
And I just wanted to give you your flowers real quick. Brooklyn Nets, 20-34. Go over their win total, kid. We're not even in March.
I don't use the word lock too often, but when I do, I cash about 75% of the time.
18.5 wins was disrespectful.
Come on now. That's the Nets, the Red Sox 2 years in a row. I'm about to cash. Houston's over in about a week.
Yeah, honestly, Houston, they're sitting at the 4 seed. They have taken a little drop this month. I'll say that.
It's All-Star month. It's okay.
Yeah, 4-6 in the last.
Wait till March 1st.
But who would have thought you guys in the 76ers are tied for the 11th seed? Only 2 games out of the last seed for the play-in.
Quietly, Dill. The team in the NBA who's held their opponent to under 100 points 5 straight games?
The Brooklyn Nets.
Top 1 defense past 5 games.
That's amazing. Well, shout out you guys. But did you see my boy Cat 240 clips in a row? He's been bugging.
Yeah, he's been bugging, man. I'm glad to see it, man. Cat finally getting his flowers that he deserves, man. Shout out Cat. He's been balling.
All right, kid. And like I said, pitchers and catchers, they did report. And you talk about the Boston Red Sox. You guys got the best free agent left on the market, Alex Bregman. Cheater. 3 years, $120 million with the Red Sox. The $40 million salary, that's a $10 million signing bonus. It was $10 more million than any other offering. And shout out you guys. You landed the best free agent left on the market. I was confused at first because I thought, what's Rafael Devers going to do? Is he going to DH? Are they going to move him? No. Everything I've read from journalists and people at ESPN, the intention is for Alex Bregman to play second base, even though you guys' top prospect, Christian Campbell, is on the way up and he is a second baseman. They said that he has enough reps and he has enough impact to play second base. They're going to keep Trevor Story at short and Rafael Devers at third. So infield is looking pretty good, kid.
Stout. So glad. I'm surprised. I would have moved Rafael to first. To me, that would have been the best defensive scenario.
He's a true third baseman.
No, Rafael.
Both of them.
Both of them are.
Yeah.
So me personally, I would have done that just because the prospect might be a stud.
Yeah. Who knows?
Last time we brought up a second baseman and we talked this good about him, you know who it was?
Mookie Betts.
No, second baseman.
It was Dustin Pedroia. Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, Dustin.
So me personally, I would have loved to see Rafael at first and then Bregman at third, but hey. Let's see. We are a better team than we are today.
That's fair.
2 days ago, we got us off a stud, and I guarantee Garrett Cole is like shit. Rafael's and Bregman back to back. What a scary sight.
Yeah, and he did have offers. It wasn't just the Red Sox. He had $40 million before deferrals, but the Tigers, they had a 6-year, $170 million. But with deferrals, the Cubs, apparently they offered him 4 years, $120, and neither had deferrals. So it was tough to compete, but he does land in Boston. Even though I'm not a fan of him, he is good. I agree. You guys are better than you were yesterday, and he was the best free agent left on the market. So shout out you guys. We're almost to baseball season, kid. Pitchers and catchers, they report next week. I cannot wait. But all right, kid, before we get to our plays for NBA All-Star Weekend, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around of golf with the boys or an elderberry watching NBA All-Star Weekend, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. For people watching live, we do have 5 games here on a Thursday night. Any quick action from you here for Thursday before we get to the All-Star games?
Yeah, I got one straight play, and then I have a 2-way teaser. You know, people, I love NBA teasers. Gotta play it safe. My one straight play, Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Utah Jazz. Huge upset last night against the Lakers. Now off a back-to-back against the Clippers. I think the Clippers cover the number. Give me the Los Angeles Clippers -8. And then, like I said, 2-way teaser. Ended up teasing Houston down from 6.5 to -1. And then the Kings down from 7.5 to -1.5. Golden State just played last night. Lost a close game to the Dallas Mavericks. After that heartbreaker last night in a close, hard-fought game, I think it's going to be tough to bounce back against a young Houston team. I will lay the 6.5. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to take the points in my pocket. I'm going to just keep it straight, basically at a pick 'em, and then Sacramento Kings to -1.5.
All right, kid. So the NBA All-Star Weekend is this weekend starting Friday. It's in the Bay Area in San Francisco. Obviously, got the Hall of Fame going on. The class of 2025 will be announced. That is Friday night as well. You got the Rising Stars team versus Team M. You got a bunch of the Rising Stars championship game. It's so weird. Like I said, there's so many weird things going on. Saturday is probably, in my opinion, my favorite day. You got the skills challenge. You got the 3-point contest. They did report that no Ionescu and Steph Curry will go head to head this year. They couldn't get it done for whatever reason. I thought it would have been better this year in the Bay Area, if I'm being honest. Then you got the slam dunk contest. And then on Sunday, you do have Kenny's Young Stars versus Chuck's team. Then you got Shaq's team versus Candace's team. And then you got the All-Star Championship at 10 o'clock. So it's going to be a late one Sunday night. But I guess we could start with let me just start by, saying the rosters for each team. So Shaq's team, you got LeBron, you got Steph, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, James Harden, Jaylen Brown, and Kyrie. They did have Anthony Davis, but he is hurt. He will not play. Kenny's team, they have Anthony Edwards. Shout out the best, Jalen Brunson, Jared Jackson Jr., Jalen Williams, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, Tyler Hero. And then Chuck's team, you got Jokic, SGA, Victor Wembanyama, Pascal Siakam, Seagun from the Rockets, Karl Anthony Towns, Donovan Mitchell, and Trae Young. He is replacing Giannis. So those are the teams. I guess we could start with let's start with the 3-point contest. I think that's interesting. I am going to start, kid. I'm going to take you can pick, obviously, Dame. He is coming back-to-back. He is the betting favorite. He won it 2 years in a row. Buddy Hield, obviously, he's a good choice. He is familiar. He did play with the Warriors as well, so he should be familiar with the arena. Tyler Hero, I think that's an intriguing pick as well, but we're going to go down a different path. I'm going to take Cavs All-Star Darius Garland, shooting 43% from 3 this year. And I think that's the best of anyone in the contest this season. And, that tells you he's got the legs to endure 30 shots. Like that's a lot of shots. So fatigue obviously is always a factor in the 3-point contest. He has a strong base, and I think he could hold himself for multiple rounds. So I think it's great value here. And he has the 5th longest odds in the 8-man field. So, and we've seen him. He hit some threes, so he's not afraid to let it fly from deep. So shooting 43%. I'm going to take Darius Garland to win the 3-point contest. Any opinion on the 3-point contest? Right now, the 3-point contest, Damian Lillard plus 400, Darius Garland plus 450, Norman Powell plus 500, Buddy Hield 600, Tyler Hero 650, Jalen Brunson plus 700, Cameron Johnson plus 750, and Cade Cunningham 10-1.
Well, I had to touch Cam Johnson, Dill. Brooklyn Nets own. I know I'm being kind of a homer, but plus 700, we know Cam Johnson can stroke it with the best of them. No Diddy.
Pause.
Yeah, no Diddy. Give me Cam Johnson plus 700. Wouldn't be surprised if he wins it. And we'll on Dame real quick. We all know Dame can shoot the lights out. He's a 2-time reigning champ. But to three-peat it, we just saw one team lose a three-peat attempt. I'm going to say right now, Dame is not three-peating, people.
Yeah.
Give me Cam Johnson plus 700. I'm going to give you my real pick, people. He's from California. He plays on the California team. So he's going to have a shorter flight than anybody else now. Got to keep that in consideration. Give me Norm Powell plus 600 to win it all. He got the stroke. He can light it up. Pause. I wouldn't be surprised, though. Give me Norm Powell plus 600. I'm telling you right now, put it in.
I like that, kid. I like that.
I know.
All right. Let's go to the dunk contest. Like that's my favorite. I like the dunk contest here. Obviously, you got the guy Mac McClung. He's gunning for the first ever back-to-back. He's trying to three-peat as well. He obviously is the favorite. Let me get you the odds real quick. I did that ass backwards last time. Mac McClung minus 210. Andre Jackson
That's
Jr.
Value. That's
really
great value. Yeah.
He's not good, bro.
He's gonna three-peat. He's
Andre
the only
Jackson,
one that's gonna go to try.
Andre Jackson Jr. plus 500. Matisse Buzel plus 700, and Stephen Castle plus 800. I think he obviously deserves to be the favorite. I mean, what he's able to do is just crazy. But I don't know. I like the rookie kid. I'm gonna take Steven Castle. Plus 800. I think like open court. I know it's an in-game dunker is different than a dunk contest, but he dunks it with anger. And I mean, I love the body on him. No, we're saying some like Diddy things right now, so I gotta chill. But I think he has the size, he has the athletic ability, he has the vert, and he has the style. I think like the creative style to upset Max. So that's what I'm gonna do at plus 800. I just think I'm just going for value here, and I just hope we don't see a three-peat. So I am going with Steven Castle here of the Spurs.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have official play, but if I had to play, I will go with the 3P in McConnell. He preps for this. He prepares for this. He
definitely
for years.
does.
And and one thing I can say that at least he tries to bring in new things and exciting dunks to the All-Star break. At least he tries. So I gotta give him credit on that. He's trying to keep the dunk contest alive. I'm gonna say he 3-peats minus 210.
All right, let's do the skills challenges. Team Spurs, Team Cavs, Warriors, and Team Rooks. Rooks are the biggest underdogs at plus 425, tied with the Warriors. Team Spurs plus 165, and then Team Cavs at plus 210. First of all, do you know who's on each team?
Well, Team Rooks, definitely a few rookies. Don't know the rookies. Warriors.
There's it's Alex Sarr and Zachary Richardson. Rashisser. Team Spurs is Victor Wembanyama, Chris Paul. Mm-hmm. Team Cavs is Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell. And Warriors. I can't find it, but Draymond Green and Moses Moody.
Yeah. So I have two plays here. I'm gonna take a sprinkle on the Spurs. And then I got the Warriors plus 290. Chris Paul, come on now. Chris Paul, skills challenge with Wemby, the freak. Wouldn't be surprised if they win it. And you always got to sprinkle on the home crowd. I feel like
I was just going to say,
always wins. We saw it in Cleveland a couple years ago. Always wins the rising star. I mean, the skills challenge. Give me the Warriors at plus 290.
I was just going to say, you got to throw a little something on the Warriors because I feel like the home crowd always like gets the little boost going.
Draymond is a tight. I'm not going to say take it serious, but maybe try a little more than we think others will.
Yeah. All right, kid. Then let's go to, I guess, the games. I guess the first game is Team Kenny versus Team Chuck. Team Chuck is minus 175. Team Kenny is plus 145. They're laying 3.5. Any play here for Team Chuck? I do think that he does have the better team.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Chuck has the best team overall. Just because, don't get me wrong, Shaq's team is nice. They got all the GOATs in there. But I just don't feel like, let's just say the OG squad is going to go as hard in the All-Star game as some of these other teams, like Chuck's team or Kenny's team. I don't see Steph, LeBron, KD going out there and try to drop 25, 30 points. I just don't see that happening. So I'm going to go with Chuck. I think Chuck's team is the best in my opinion, and he got a lot of young, like you got Trae Young, SGH, you got Donovan, you got Victor, you even got Cat. So I feel like they could just light it up. They got a little bit of younger squad as well. Give me Team Chuck minus 3.5.
Real quick, off topic, but you had to have seen that video of Jimmy Butler, right?
No
We've all been there.
No comment. Shout out Jimmy Butler. I'm gonna say he sat on Gatorade. That's my comment.
Yeah.
They spilled some Gatorade on the bench, man. Steve Kerr called a bad timeout, and they were rushing to spill some Gatorade. Jimmy sat on some yellow Gatorade, man. That's what happened.
Down bad. Yeah, that was bad.
Yellow Gatorade.
What about the next game is Team Shaq versus Candace's Rising Stars. Right now, Team Shaq is they're 6.5 point favorites, minus 455 on the money line, plus 350 for Team Candace. Any opinion here? They should dominate, right?
I'm gonna say yes. The first game, just because it's a bunch of rookies that never played together, and most of Shaq's squad was on the Olympic team. Let's just be real. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're just feeling good, reminiscing from that gold medal a couple months ago. So I'm gonna go with Shaq. I don't know about laying the 6.5 because, like I said, I don't see them going all out effort wise during the All-Star break, especially against a bunch of rookies. But if I have to, I'll lay the 6.5.
So you think it's going to be Team Shaq versus Team Chuck in the finals?
Yes, and I think Team Chuck team will win.
You think? What do you think the number is, if there is a betting line?
I'm
3.
I'm gonna say Chuck's team -1.5. Two.
Ooh. 2.5. Okay, a little closer than I thought. I thought it was going to be 3 at least.
Nah, because you gotta look at the rosters; they match up kind of evenly. Like you gotta look at who he's gonna.
I just don't know. Like from Team Shaq, like they have the name recognition, but how are they gonna play? Like, are they gonna go
USA, off? Low key. It's just me. My question is, are they gonna give it 100% effort, 50% effort, 80% effort, 60% effort, 25% effort?
Yeah.
Because those rookies might go out there and really guard up. You know?
Oh, they might.
They might.
Yeah.
This might be like, y'all better guard up. I ain't losing to Shaq. I gotta work with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know. We don't. The rookies play like this. Who's willing to sit in the chair and play defense? Bunch of 35-year-olds or a bunch of 21-year-olds? Yeah, think, man. Gotta think.
All right, kid. Well, good luck. Hopefully it is entertaining somewhat. Hopefully, I think Saturday will be more entertaining than the actual game. So.
I feel like round 1 of each game Sunday is going to be exciting just because it's the first time ever happening. I don't know about the final game, but I feel like the first 2 games, like, you know, Chuck versus Kenny and Candace versus Shaq, the first few moments of each game is going to be exciting.
Hopefully, kid.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because it will get turned off very quick.
It's getting turned off quick regardless. I got bad time.
Yeah, I got bad. especially the championship game starting at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I got bad time.
Yeah, it's over. Even though I think everyone should have off Monday. It is President's Day.
I work. I already got it far. I do get paid time and a half though.
But still,
we got a group text about like a couple weeks ago saying, hey, sorry to inform you guys, but you guys will be working President's Day. You will be getting time and a half. I said, not my President's Day. might take off. Highly doubt it, though. Highly doubt it. So, you know, time and a half, nothing to laugh at. Man.
I do have 3 plays for college hoops. Anyone listening live, 3 plays starting. First game starting at 7:30. Sam Houston State hosting Jacksonville State. I'm going to take Jacksonville State on the money line, -110. We got UMKC at South Dakota State. I'm going to take South Dakota State -1.5 here at home. That is at 8 o'clock. And then last game, 8:30. Going to Lincoln, Nebraska, the Cornhuskers. They're hosting the Terps. Give me Maryland. I think they should be the favorite here. -105. I get it. Nebraska being home, but I like Maryland. They're a top 25 team. They play good defense. Nebraska's a scrappy squad, but I do like Maryland here. I do think they should be the favorite. So -105. Short underdogs here on the road. Kid, before we go, 4 nations. I did talk about it in the beginning. It's been incredible. I don't know if you caught the game yesterday, but it's so nice. It's like instead of having the All-Star game, the NHL and the association, they said, you know what? We're going to run from February 12th to February 20th. It's a round robin tournament, including 4 nations: Canada, Finland, Sweden, and the United States, with NHL players from those nation teams obviously filling the rosters. Top 2 teams in the standings after the round robin play, they will compete in the championship February 20th. The point system for the round robin will include 3 points for a regulation win, 2 points for a win in overtime/shootout, and 1 point for a loss in overtime/shootout, and 0 points for a loss in regulation. The overtime format is a 3-on-3 sudden death, and then it's a 10-minute period followed. If no one scores, obviously it's followed by a shootout. In the championship game, the overtime format is full strength sudden death, so it is back to 5-on-5 like NHL playoffs. And it will be a 20-minute period instead of 10-minute period. So we had the first game on Wednesday night in Canada. They beat Sweden 4-3 in overtime. It was a hell of a game. Sidney Crosby, 3 assists. I mean, the guy is a legend. First 2 games, though, are in Montreal, and then the rest of the games will be in Boston. But yeah, no, it's really cool. Canada, obviously the captain is Sidney Crosby. You got Cale Makar, Connor McJesus. They got Sam Bennett. You got Mitch Marner. Big game Mitch Marner. He got the game winner last night. Brad Marchison, Nathan McKinnon. I know these guys probably don't ring a bell to you, but they're phenomenal. But we do have a game tonight. Finland and the United States. USA minus 375 favorites. If you want to take them on the puck line, -1.5 is at -142. Total is 5.5. I took the United States to win the whole thing. I mean, the United States, they have fantastic, and they're not really dealing with injury. They have great people. Got Jack Hughes, my boy from the Devils. The captain, Austin Matthews. You got Charlie McAvoy, a great defenseman from the Boston Bruins. Matthew Tkachuk, Kyle Connor from the Winnipeg Jets. Jack Eichel, Chris Kreider, Dylan Larkin, JT Milner. Who else? Like I said, Charlie McAvoy. I just think defensively we're really good. We got a great goaltender in Connor Hollabaugh from Winnipeg Jets as well. So Team Canada is the favorite to win the whole tournament at +140. United States is at +150. Sweden +450. And then Finland is 10-1. But there is games all weekend. Saturday, we have Sweden versus Finland, and then Canada versus the United States. That is going to be a hell of a game. The Sweden versus Finland game, I love the over 5.5 +110. I think that's a good play. Canada versus Finland, I think we're going to see a lot of goals in a lot of these games. So I like the overs in all the games, except the United States, because Connor Hollabaugh does stand on his head a little bit. But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of goals, kid. And honestly, I like what the NHL is doing. It's very exciting. It got great ratings last night. And the crowd, you got to go back and watch it, but the crowd was just electric last night in Montreal, kid. Thoughts on, I guess, the format of what I just explained? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
First of all, it sounds exciting. You know, to me, at least they're trying new things. And like you said, got a major draw in viewers last night. And I guarantee it's going to have a major draw throughout the weekend because it is a dope idea. You gotta have multiple countries competing in the All-Star weekend. To me, is exciting. Holy shit! Hopefully, maybe we see other, sports try something like this. Well, who knows?
Yeah, we will see. Like I said, though, let me see the game formats. You have the game tonight. Got the game Thursday night. Saturday, you have the 2 games. Monday's Canada versus Finland. Monday, you got Sweden versus the United States. And then the championship game is next Thursday, February 20th at 8 p.m. So, yeah, it's going to be for a whole week, kid. I love it. It's not just the weekend like a lot of other all-star breaks for other sports. But, kid, that's all I got. It was a great episode. And good luck on all your bets. Any last words before we get up out of here, kid?
Hopefully after this All-Star week break weekend, we could just come back in a few days and give you some real plays and live action because it's gonna be a tough couple of days without no real NBA action. Tell you that.
Baseball right around the corner, kid. But good luck. God bless.